your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Speedway.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic flowing quite nicely throughout the metro this afternoon. No reports of new accidents or major tie-ups. Traffic update from 98.7 and 1330 KNSS in the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center. I'm Dan O'Neill.
The Rich Eisen Show on the Infinity Sports Network.
The question involving the Philadelphia Eagles is who is standing in their way of repeating. It's the schedule. The Philadelphia Eagles will face 7 of the top 10 scoring offenses from last season. They will face 6 of the top 7 scoring defenses from last season. They have 11 games against 2024 playoff teams. My goodness.
Rich Eisen, 11 until 2 on 97.5 and 1240 KFH, Wichita's most listened to sports radio. Swing into the jungle with Jim Rome. Afternoons from 2 until 5, right here on Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. The sports station, KFH.
So do this. Get your ATPs in. Ask anything you want. And I mentioned that the Niners signed Fred Warner to a deal. I want to go back and talk about Brock Purdy and his extension. And again, the timing was pretty curious about the announcement, right? The news broke at exactly 5 p.m. Eastern on a Friday, which you could essentially call a Friday news dump. But if the Niners were trying to hide this headline to somehow keep people from arguing about that contract, they failed, because angry people on the internet are still arguing about that contract, even right now. Personally, I don't see anything that controversial about that contract. I don't. Yes, even with the full no trade clause, and I'm not sure all of you know about that, there is a full no trade clause on that deal. We only found out yesterday that he's got that full no trade in addition to his 5-year, $265 million extension with $181 million of that guaranteed, which of course only got people trashing the deal to get even more negative about that deal when they found that out. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people listening right now thinking, man, that is way too much money, a massive overpay, because this guy's not worth it. What are the Niners doing? I know probably more of you think that than don't.
It's not worth it.
Here's the thing, though. He actually is worth that much. Here's the thing, though. He's actually worth more than that. Here's the thing, though. He actually could have gotten more than that, I bet. Which is why I can't get upset at this contract for either side. You're worth what somebody's willing to pay, as long as the check, again, does not rubberize. In this case, he's probably worth more. He probably could have gotten more. So Purdy's now set to make $53 million per year on this new deal. Less than Trevor Lawrence. Enough said. If Purdy wanted, he could have said, I'm not taking a penny less than Trevor Lawrence, because I've been a much better and much more accomplished player. And if he said that, it would have been justified, because it's 100% true. But that's not what Purdy did. He instead gave the Niners a little bit of a break on the cash, which is why the no trade clause made a lot of sense. That's what Brock got in exchange for leaving some money on the table. And the Niners clearly don't mind giving a no-trade clause to him, because Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are clearly all about building around this dude. You don't guarantee him that money and give him a no-trade clause if you don't think you can still win with that dude. Yeah, I understand. It seems like a lot for Mr. Irrelevant, but it's also completely irrelevant at this point in his career that he was Mr. Irrelevant. You know, how long is that label going to stick to that guy? His career accomplishments so far line him up for that $50 million plus payday, and that's what he got. Because that's what the quarterback market is. And Purdy has his place in the market. And then what were the Niners going to do anyway? What was the alternative? To not pay him? To start over from scratch? This dude saved them by bailing them out of one of the worst trades in NFL history. I mean, it really is amazing that they made that trade. One of the worst trades in the history of the league. A trade that would wreck careers and legacies for anybody who had anything to do with them, and we never even hear about it. It's never even brought up, the Trey Lance deal. And for one reason, Brock Purdy. Otherwise, the name Trey Lance would essentially be the defining name of the Junior Lobster era. Would have stuck to him, would have stuck to my guy John Lynch, would have stuck to the organization. Now it's almost like he never even went through there. It doesn't even matter. Brock has also made next to nothing. It's almost cost him money, I think, to play in the NFL. I think he's losing money on this deal. As I've said over and over and over and over again. Essentially, all the top SEC and Big Ten quarterbacks made more money than Brock Purdy did last year. The guy has made under $3 million total in his 3 seasons so far as the Niners quarterback. Hence the urgency to get this thing done. So why not just take it easy on this notion that the guy got more than he deserved? Because he didn't. And yes, the no trade clause is big, but also clearly the guy that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch want to build around, and that's why they gave him a no trade. They don't want him going anywhere. They were willing to do so. They believe in the guy. So now the challenge is actually building around the guy. The challenge now is rebuilding the offense to where it was at its peak during their Super Bowl run. And of course Brock needs help. Of course the guy needs help and the guy needs weapons and needs a functioning offense. That's that whole rap. Yeah, well, he's only that guy because of what he has around him. Find me a quarterback that doesn't need help around him. Patrick Mahomes. Even Mahomes needs some help. Look at his season last year. Even that guy can't play 1 on 11. Yes, I'm not saying that Purdy has not benefited from playing on a very good offense, in a very good scheme, with a very good head coach. I'm not saying that. But he's proven he can win with that offense. And there's no reason a Kyle Shanahan coach team shouldn't have a good offense, since the majority of the rest of the league is some kind of copycat or adaptation of that offense. And by the way, look at every other quarterback that he's worked with. Other than Matt Ryan, when he was an MVP, he didn't get this kind of productivity out of any other quarterback. So don't just say it's all Kyle Shanahan. People act like Purdy has nothing to do with this. Nothing. Which is why I see no issue here. He's earned it. Look at the years he's had. Look at how close he's gotten them to a championship. It's a fair deal for both sides. And he is Kyle's guy. Now the challenge is making it work. There is no controversy here. Even the lava flingers and the magma throwers are trying to make one on the internet. I know, but I don't see it. The Purdy extension was almost as much of a no-brainer. And yes, I'm saying it. It's a no-brainer. The Nick Sirianni extension. Remember when that dude was on the hot seat? Remember when that dude was having guys play rock, paper, scissors? Remember when that dude had nothing better to do than talk junk to his own fans in the seats? Neither do I. Because the Eagles just signed and announced a multi-year extension for their Super Bowl champion head coach too. So I guess that means less thinking equals contract extension. Less thinking equals money takeover.
Less thinking equals
money takeover.
Less thinking equals
money takeover.
Less thinking equals
contract extension. Do it again, Albie.
Less thinking equals
job security.
Takeover. Less thinking equals
I'm not going anywhere.
Less thinking equals
I rule.
Takeover. Less thinking equals
rock, paper, scissors.
Takeover. Less thinking equals talent.
I'm the man.
Less thinking.
So you know Sirianni wants to open up the IG right now. Man, just open it up, go live, and just scream, hey, I don't hear a bleep anymore, Chiefs fans. See ya! See ya! See ya! I know what I'm doing. You come to find out he does know what the hell he's doing. That's the thing. Come to find out he does know what the hell he's doing, no matter how badly he started and how bad a first impression he made. He does know what the hell he's doing. I'll own that. This guy knows exactly what the hell he's doing. People doubted it, and I admit I did. I was one of those people. But this dude knows exactly what the hell he's doing. Two dudes that have had massive success that nobody seems to think had anything to do with their massive success.
Kutcher.
Sirianni has nothing to do with the Eagles' massive success, and Purdy had nothing to do with the Niners coming this close to winning it all. Yet, here we are. Here the hell we are. Sirianni winds up being one of the few who rebounded from a Super Bowl loss to actually make it back and win. And clearly that's exactly what the Niners have in mind with Brock Purdy as well. They think they can with that guy. You don't guarantee him that kind of money. You don't guarantee him a full no-trade clause unless you think that he's the guy and you can build around that guy. But they have to build around that guy. Like the Eagles showed us, it's definitely possible. You can sign a contract or a quarterback to big-time money, and you can build around him. Howie Roseman is a genius, but it can be done. It can be done. Let me ask you something. Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts did not have all of that around him, do you think that that guy could win playoff games by himself? Is he that guy? Of course Jalen Hurts benefits from having all that talent around him. The same way Brock Purdy benefits. Just people can't get over the fact that he's Mr. Irrelevant. You know, we saw Jalen Hurts overcome a lot of adversity, granted, with big programs, granted. But the guy does need help. The guy does need that talent. He does need that defense. Who wins without talent around them? Find me quarterbacks that win big consistently without having weapons around them. I have no issue with that deal at all. If anything, I think he may have left a little bit of money on the table. 7th highest paid quarterback per year. Annual average. All right, your thoughts on that? Because I know people have thoughts on that. Namely, what are they doing? What are they thinking? He's overpaid. He's overrated. He's not worth it. Oh, he is. He's definitely worth it. You know why? You're worth whatever somebody will pay you. He's worth $181 million. Because, how do I know? It's guaranteed. He's getting it no matter what. So he's worth it. All right, when we come back, ATPs. Ask the pros. And some reaction. I think there's a Gale sighting. There she is.
War Lady Clone.
Hold up, Albie. Gale in Valencia. Romy. I made my peace with that producer, Tom, on Friday night. I'm just glad Tom keeps his people at arm's length because Knick fans are kooks. It was no surprise to see them running the streets like wild animals, having won nothing close to a championship. Losers. I don't know, Gail. It's funny. I wouldn't say that's owning it.
Doesn't sound very peaceful either.
Loser.
Hey, Tommy, what do you think about that? Is that good enough for you? Are you happy with that?
I expect nothing less. No, I'm totally fine. I actually think it's hilarious how quickly my people reverted just to full Philly mode upon making a conference final. It's like the amount New Yorkers look down on Philadelphians and then immediately behave exactly like Philadelphians when they don't even win a championship. They're just getting to a conference finals is pretty funny. But
quote, running the streets like wild animals.
I mean, I can't deny it. It's true.
Having won. No, you can't deny it.
I also would be there probably doing it if it was me, so I can't judge it either.
No, you wouldn't, dude. You would not be doing that.
I don't know.
Would you be doing that? Would you be crowd surfing on a police barricade like that, dude?
Looks pretty funny. It looks pretty fun and funny. Definitely wouldn't be. How
about homeboy up on the light?
I'm not climbing any poles. That's never going to happen.
Hell no. I want to see the dude with the bag of trash going two-hand. Look, homeboy, what are you doing up there? Look at this guy. He's just comfortable, man.
Last selfie of his life. That's what he's doing up there.
If you're watching on the stream right now, this guy is sitting on a lamppost. Couldn't be more comfortable. This dude's got to be, how many feet up do you think?
20?
20 anyway. I was going to say 20, 30. Bro, don't look down. And the worst part about that is there's no way that kid's sober. Look at the balance.
$1 million.
Not $1 million, but I'm 20 feet no matter what, all day long. I was once, I'll never forget the sound of it either. I was once at, I want to say Cabo Wabo. Not Cabo Wabo. What is that other famous place in Cabo? A famous bar. And there was a dude up in a tree, just sitting up there. And I'm looking up at this guy like, bro, that is such a bad idea, but whatever. And I went back to what I was doing. And then I heard this sound I'll never forget. This dude falling and hitting his head on the concrete. It sounded like a baseball bat to a coconut. And that dude was not 20 feet up. They moved him the hell out of there, and I saw the blood stain on the concrete. And the party continued. Hey, Lauren, do you have that video of that dude with the trash bag and him lifting it up and smashing the one Tyrese Halliburton fan in the head with it? Look at this guy. Smash, bam! Smash! Dude, this dude, like, he had his back to him, and he took trash. This guy's not bothering anybody at all. Knick fan, come on, man. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. Why are you chasing this guy down the street? He's not bothering anybody. And come to find out he's a firefighter, no less. Look at that. Bam, bam. Why are you banging this guy over the head with trash?
Totally trashed.
He's not even... Why are you carrying around bags of trash? Well, first of all, I've been to your city, Tommy. They are lined up on the side of the street. It's not hard to find bags of trash. If the trash bag could talk, he would say, I'm not hard to find. And it's not. But why do you got to weaponize bags of trash on the one single Halliburton fan? And, bro, why are you walking around by yourself? You should have a wingman or at least a crew. But then he's probably thinking to himself, I'm not bothering anybody. Well, but you were. Unfortunately, you were bothering all of them by wearing Tyrese Halliburton's jersey. And my man Tyrese is in the middle of everything, isn't he? That's it, Lauren. Just stop. Freeze it. Freeze it. That's unfortunate. So what is Tyrese? Well, I want to get in this tomorrow. Look at what Tyrese has dealt with. He was voted the most overrated player in the league by his peers. His old man got ejected, like, indefinitely from the arena for going onto the floor to talk junk to Giannis. And now this one dude who's repping Tyrese in the streets of New York is being accosted by Knicks fans who are busting bags of trash over his head.
Totally trashed.
But Tyrese picked him up. All right, so when we come back, one final segment, final thoughts, ATPs. What do you want to talk about? Then the after hour at the top of the hour. So do not go anywhere. 1-800-636-8686. We're coming right back.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate those who go above and beyond for us every single day, and I celebrate that too. I am proud and thankful to all the men and women who serve and have served our country, and respected for over 90 years, Navy Federal has proudly supported the entire military community. In fact, if you're active duty, a veteran, or part of a military family, you are eligible to join. Navy Federal offers members-only exclusive rates, discounts, and tools to empower its members and help them reach their financial goals. This May, in honor of Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union is lowering their VA rates by 0.25%. Navy Federal Credit Union is here for you now and will be here for you in the future. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA, equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Kroger.
As a business owner, it's important to keep your business connected. Spectrum Business is committed to keeping us online whenever and wherever you need us, all backed by the Spectrum Commitment. Get fast, reliable internet starting at $40 per month when bundled, or level up your internet speed and get a 3-year price guarantee. Learn how Spectrum Business can help your business stay connected at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Your floor's looking old? The solution? 50 Floor, the ultimate flooring experience. Schedule a free in-home consultation and they'll bring hundreds of samples to your home. They have the highest quality hardwood, carpet, laminate, and luxury vinyl with the best warranties in the industry and a best price match guarantee. Make an appointment today, mention promo code PODCAST, and get 50% off your flooring and materials. Save thousands. Call 877-FLOOR or visit online at 50floor.com. That's 50floor.com.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic flowing quite nicely throughout the metro this afternoon. No reports of new accidents or major tie-ups. Traffic update from 98.7 and 1330 KNSS in the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center. I'm Dan O'Neill.
The Rich Eisen Show on the Infinity Sports Network.
The draft lottery itself is the problem because their anti-tanking formula to give the 3 worst records the same chance of winning the number 1 overall pick, 14%. What it does is it doesn't allow the Wizards, Jazz, or Hornets to get the top 3 picks in the NBA draft. The best odds didn't even put them in the top 3. So what are we doing?
Rich Eisen, 11 until 2 on 97.5 and 1240 KFH, Wichita's most listened to sports radio.
Number 1 sports talk station in Wichita. This is KFH.
To get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Amber picking me up. Was it Squid Row? Just got back from Cabo. Yes, it was Squid Row. That's where I saw the dude fall out of the tree and crack his dome. And then she went with this. This is her reaction to the Brock Purdy extension. This is not a question. It's not part of the ATP. Just her fire reaction. Romy, the Purdy extension will officially be the downfall of the Niners. Dude has been making peanuts. They can afford to have weapons to make him look good and a line to protect his wimpy ass. He will be exposed as a bitch. Oh, yeah.
Gimmicky little
War F the Niners. Damn, Amber. Spoken like the true 12 that you are. If ever there was a 12 take, or a take from one of the 12s, it's that. At Sports Pop 22 writes, Jim, question about the training camp. He means John Gordon's training camp. Even though you've been in the game for as long as you have, does a room full of power players like that make you nervous? Or is it business as usual, pimp in the box style? Bro, I am one of the power players in that room. No, seriously, it was a very friendly room. A very, very friendly, very, very positive, very powerful room. And, you know, most of the power players in that room, I knew. And I have a relationship with, but mostly over the phone or mostly over Zoom. It was really, really good to come together with some people that I think very, very highly of. Like Mac Brown's one of my favorite people. The fact that I could stand and hang out, have a meal with Mac was awesome. Buzz Williams is one of my favorite people. The fact that I spent time with him was absolutely awesome. I'll tell you somebody that I'd never met before that I loved. And everybody else loved her too. UCLA women's basketball coach Corey Close. All the male coaches loved her and her message and what she had to say. There's Corey. Matt Rule, I'd never spent a lot of time with. Awesome. It's my man Jordan Montgomery in the back. He was the MC. So, no, I was actually, I'm going to be very honest, I was very comfortable. And I'm not going to say that I've always been comfortable in every room I've been in, but I was very comfortable in that room. The moment that I thought would be interesting was when I spoke to Tim Tebow, because we were not always super complimentary of him. How do I know? I've told you before, I remember one day getting a phone call from Mike Tannenbaum when he was with the Jets, and he wanted a piece of me over something I said about Tebow when he went to the Jets. Tebow could not have been classier, honestly. And talking leadership, talking motivation, talking faith. He spends a lot of time right now with his foundation battling sex trafficking. And I spoke with him. Not just, there's Jay Glazer, if you're watching on the stream. Not just in that environment, but it was Tim and I and one or two others. And I know he knows that I was tough on him. He didn't even bring it up. I mean, so classy. And he looks like he could run through a brick wall still. No, it was an amazing experience. My mind actually is still spinning from that day and a half that I spent in Florida. I have so many thoughts on that and so many things that I'm still processing. It was awesome. Let's see here. Jimmy, it's getting hot. And iced tea hits the spot. Are you going with or without lemon? Scott in Milton. Dude, I'm not an iced tea guy. Believe it or not. I don't like iced tea. Long Island, maybe, back in the day. Who doesn't like liquor with or a drink with 5 different liquors in it when you can't really taste it at all? And the next thing you know, you're in a gutter. So my answer is, my answer normally is yes. My answer is no to that. Eric writes, hi, Jim. What other animals besides skunks have you run into on your walks, and do you feel safe out there? Okay, interesting question. So I posted a video of a skunk that DJ and I saw yesterday. We found a new trail. We'd never hiked this trail, and there was a skunk. I will say this. Since we had never hiked the trail, Janet said, I've done a lot of research, and I know people that have done this trail. It's a great trail, and I've researched it. The second we pulled up on this trail, there's a big sign, beware mountain lions. I'm like, how much research did you do on this? So, no, luckily we saw no mountain lions, but just the skunk. What have I seen? I've seen bear. In Montana, we saw a bear. Actually, we saw bears. Me and former NHLer Craig Johnson, good friend of mine who lived on our street. Kids grew up together. We were on a hike in Big Sky. We saw bears. Man, we were both terrified. I mean, we took off. We were terrified. And then got turned around and got lost. That was a day. We've seen bears. And most of this in Montana, not out here. In Montana, we saw bears. We saw moose. Moose are mean. You don't mess with moose either. Coyotes, obviously. A skunk yesterday. Mostly I've steered clear. Yo, Step Bro, has the XR4TI found that cricket in the control room? If so, was Albie the one that gave it a dirt nap? Signed Frisco Mario. War of the Giants winning the NL West. A little premature for that, isn't it, Step Bro? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free, and it provides solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE. Certified master technicians available only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. All right, my thanks to Ben Galver, Chad Brinker. The After Hours coming up next with T-Bob. This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates the service, the sacrifice, and the commitment of service members and veterans in going above and beyond for us every single day, and I would echo that very same sentiment. For over 90 years, Navy Federal has proudly supported the entire military community. If you're active duty, a veteran, or part of a military family, you are eligible to join at Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/celebrate. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat. Before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry-roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Speedway.
As a business owner, it's important to keep your business connected. Spectrum Business is committed to keeping your business online, whenever and wherever you need us, all backed by the Spectrum Commitment. Get fast, reliable internet starting at $40 per month when bundled, or level up your internet speed and get a 3-year price guarantee. Learn how Spectrum Business can help your business stay connected at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Some things you just have to experience live. Like spring meet at Churchill Downs, where amazing moments come a half mile a minute. Experience Downs After Dark, where night comes to life on May 17th and June 21st. Twilight Thursdays, where happy hour rides into the sunset through June 26th. And Family Adventure Day, where memories stack up on June 8th. This spring meet, the race exhilarates. So live in the moment and get your tickets today at churchilldowns.com.
Caring for aging loved ones is a testament of devotion and dedication. A time when every new day is more precious than the one before. Pre-planning a celebration of life and paying in advance affords both of you more time to focus on each other, while the details are handled with professionalism and compassion by a partner as dedicated to you as you are to them. We're Dignity Memorial. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Your floor's looking old? The solution? 50 Floor, the ultimate flooring experience. Schedule a free in-home consultation and they'll bring hundreds of samples to your home. They have the highest quality hardwood, carpet, laminate, and luxury vinyl with the best warranties in the industry and a best price match guarantee. Make an appointment today, mention promo code PODCAST, and get 50% off your flooring and materials. Save thousands. Call 877-50-FLOOR or visit online at 50floor.com. That's 50floor.com.
Trading shouldn't have barriers. When Robinhood started, it was built to make trading more accessible. Now, Robinhood offers more sophisticated trading tools. Experience the future of trading on Robinhood Legend, the all-new desktop platform that harnesses intuitive design to deliver a seamless experience for traders. Free to use with a Robinhood account. The future of trading is fast, powerful, and precise. Experience it now on Robinhood Legend. Sign up today. Investing is risky. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC is a registered broker-dealer. Other fees may apply.
This is 97.5 and 1240 KFH, Wichita, K248CY, Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
Hey, it is not JR. It's your buddy Zach Gelb right here on the Infinity Sports Network. Hopefully JR will be connecting momentarily as we're having a few technical difficulties right here. I feel like I'm at a high school reunion right now. I haven't talked to some of you in a few years as I used to host this time slot from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 p.m. Pacific, and then I did take over the afternoon time slot here on the East Coast on the Infinity Sports Network from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern, from 12 to 3 p.m. Pacific. So we will entertain you until JR is able to connect with us and able to talk to his great listening audience. If you haven't heard me for a while, I hope all is well. And I'm sure many of you still do listen on the free Odyssey app or many of the same Infinity Sports Network affiliates. Hope everyone did have a wonderful weekend. And obviously now I'm very, very hungry sitting here because I usually get off right at 6. And then I bolt out of the studio and I take my 30-minute walk home, and then I make myself some dinner. Tonight I'm making myself some shrimp. I'm doing a little rice. I got some string beans and also some fried onions as well that I'm going to cook on up whenever I do get out of here. I'll tell you, if I do more than 10 minutes here, I'm asking the bosses to pay me a little extra money. I'm getting a full shift rate out of this. You could bet your ass. But anyway, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the sports world right now. You got Brock Purdy with the big fat contract. Nick Sirianni got a new contract extension. Scotty Scheffler won a major championship again, his third in his career. He's won 2 Masters, now as a PGA championship. I thought Rory McIlroy embarrassed himself, if I'm just being honest with you. The driver wasn't conforming, so the way that they test that, they took it away. And then he just didn't want to speak to the media. So a guy that was on the verge of becoming the face of golf and just won a career Grand Slam, and you know that he was the big leader for the PGA Tour during all the live nonsense, he acted like a baby. And I've never been a big fan of Rory McIlroy. And you also may have had a little incident go on in women's hoops over the weekend between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, which everyone's going to make this a bigger deal than what it actually is. I had zero problem with the Caitlin Clark foul. Absolutely zero problem with it. She's trying to prevent Angel Reese from getting an easy layup. And Angel Reese, I thought, overreacted, charged at Caitlin Clark when she wasn't going to do anything. And therefore, you have all the takes. So I know many in the sports media world that are short on ability are now going to be just spewing about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. I said this on my show earlier from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Caitlin Clark reminds me of Steph Curry. I know she hasn't won a championship yet, but the way she plays, she reminds me of Steph Curry. Angel Reese, on the other hand, reminds me of Draymond Green. Draymond Green can be polarizing. Draymond Green is a really good player. Draymond Green does a lot of essential things in order to win. But when you think of some of the greatest basketball players of all time, no one's going to ever think of Draymond Green, even though he'll be in the Hall of Fame. When you think of some of the greatest women's basketball players of all time, no one's going to think of Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark has completely changed the women's game like we've never seen before. It does not mean that she's the greatest women's basketball player of all time, but she is the most important women's basketball player. And then when you look at hockey, imagine being a fan of the Maple Leafs. 7 straight Game 7 losses. And you have a team that is talented enough to win a Stanley Cup. And you get to a Game 7 up against the Panthers, the defending champions, and you're on your own home ice, and everyone knew you were going to lose that game. And it looked like they were showing up early, right? It looked like that was going to be a good game out of the gate. Maple Leafs missed a few opportunities, and then you got to the second period, and you opened up the floodgates for the Florida Panthers. So that's pretty much the lay of the land right now. And, oh, yeah, by the way, we have our final 4 teams in the NBA postseason. As you do have the New York Knicks going up against the Indiana Pacers. On my show earlier today, you can always give me a follow, by the way, on Instagram and Twitter, at Zach Gelb, ZACHGELB. We did 2 segments in studio with Stephon Marbury. He thinks the Knicks are winning the championship. He has the Knicks taking out the Indiana Pacers in 5 games, and he compared Anthony Edwards on an interview that we did, which you could always listen on the free Odyssey app. Hey, if I'm here doing the show right now, I'll plug my show. But Anthony Edwards, Stephon Marbury compared Anthony Edwards to Michael Jordan. Think about that comparison. And you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who took care of the Nuggets in Game 7, and Nikola Jokic just wants to drink beer afterwards, and then he'll think about the future. With all that being said, though, stars potentially on the move in the NBA. I don't think Nikola Jokic is going anywhere. Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's going to be, does he actually want to leave? And Giannis did a social media, kind of Ask Me Anything, and he's saying his favorite place to play is New York. He loves visiting Florida. Would the Knicks be interested in Giannis Antetokounmpo? How about the Brooklyn Nets, the Miami Heat, right? When you mentioned Florida, too. Houston would have to come calling. The San Antonio Spurs would have to come calling as well. But that's going to be the big story this summer in the NBA. It's going to be Giannis 1, will he force a trade? And then we know Kevin Durant's on his way out. Where the heck is KD going to wind on up? That's a big question. But getting to the play on the basketball court right now, I think the NBA postseason has been really damn good. Sure, Game 7 was a dud. It happens. The Nuggets gave you a little bit to ponder about and think about through the first quarter, as it looked like they were going to win that game. But basketball doesn't end after one quarter. It's 48 minutes, and we see big leads just evaporate very quickly in a snap of a finger. And we got to see that lead quickly evaporate, where by halftime between the Thunder and also the Denver Nuggets, you knew that game was over. So OKC wins, they advance, they're the best team remaining. It doesn't mean they're going to win the championship, though. And I have a tough time right now, even though I think the Thunder are a better team than the Minnesota Timberwolves. I believe the Timberwolves are so dangerous because they were there last year. They didn't get the job done when many people thought they would beat the Dallas Mavericks. And you look at Anthony Edwards, it's tough to kind of bet against him right now. So I actually think the Timberwolves are going to upset the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I have the Knicks taking care of the Indiana Pacers. Is my buddy JR there? Do we have him connected? JR, what's happening?
What's going on, Zach? How you doing, man?
Good. I feel like I'm a stand-up comedian now. I'm just getting people all warmed up for you, and now we'll get to the filet mignon.
I appreciate that. How you doing otherwise? It's been a minute. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain. You enjoying the Knicks right now, I'm assuming?
I'm fine with it. Little bit different of a situation. The Knicks fans have really turned me off from the Knicks a little bit. It's I don't want to say bittersweet, but
you think it's too early?
Too early for what?
Like the celebrations and all that outside of the Garden?
Nah, it's not surprising. I mean, there's a generation of New York Knicks fans who don't remember the New York Knicks having, sustained success. You think about 25 years, that's a lot of the knuckleheads that are running around outside sitting on signs and wearing Spider-Man costumes. They're pretty much, in that age range. So I don't knock them for, acting nuts or crazy. It's just, why are we throwing bottles and cursing out Brian Windhorst?
Yeah, that's too far. That was disgraceful.
It's real nutty. So that's the type of stuff that people go, man, I don't like New Yorkers. And why are Knicks fans so obnoxious? And you can't even use the cliche act like you've been there before, because they haven't. They don't know. So
drunk people do stupid things. You know that.
Are you sure all of them are drunk?
I would say the one. You have clout chasing, and then you have drunk people. Like the person going up to Brian Windhorst, just clout chasing. And give credit to him, because if that was me, man, I think I would have swung on that fan that was throwing stuff at me.
Swing at that guy? Yeah, but do you want those problems, though?
Probably not. They're probably just going to take my money,
Yeah. It's bittersweet. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Carl. He's fine, but I'm not. Karl Anthony Towns is sometimes too hit or miss. I love Brunson because he's such an assassin out there. I don't know. It should be a good series with the Pacers, though.
I'll tell you, anytime, though, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese get together, man, there's always something that turns out to be a bigger deal than what it actually is.
Oh, my God. Yeah, right. Well, why did Angel Reese make it a bigger deal? Like, afterwards,
I agree.
She goes, hey, it was a basketball play. And she doesn't want to answer any questions or talk about anything Caitlin Clark related. But the minute that she's out there on a basketball court, and it's literally a basketball play, it wasn't no shoving and pushing.
Mm-hmm.
She saw Angel push one of her teammates in the back, and she was like, I ain't no easy layups over here. And she swiped down, and she fell. Big whoop-de-doo. It happens on every basketball court all over America. And then the way Angel Reese got up, you would think that, she got punched in the face. It's just like, chill out. Like, why are you making it a big deal? By her responses, she continues to make this a big deal. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I will hand it over to you. I hope you have a great rest of your show, all right?
Oh, thank you, Zach. I appreciate you.
Do I have to yell at anyone around here? Because I know you're always on time. Did someone not connect something correctly? Do I have to beat up anybody here? Do I have to treat them like Brian Windhorst and I'm a Knicks fan or something like that?
No, you don't have to do anything. Hey, technology is good when it works,
Yeah, and then it sucks when it doesn't. Anyway,
there we go.
Have a good night, JR.
You too, Zach. That is Zach Gelb. You can catch him on the Zach Gelb Show right before the JR Sport Brief Show here on the Infinity Sports Network. Yeah, we got a lot to get into now that technology is working. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much to Zach for holding it down for a few minutes after his show here on the Infinity Sports Network. Thank you to our producer in New York City for this show, helping us out tonight, Nico Scarlatos, who's also, like I said, in New York City, where the Knicks fans are absolutely losing their minds right now. And so, obviously, based on what we just discussed, Zach and I, there's a lot of basketball talk that we're going to get into. We'll talk about these obnoxious New York Knicks, or at least their fans. We'll talk about the Indiana Pacers. We'll talk about the team that decided to blow out the Nuggets yesterday on their way to a Western Conference Finals. We will talk about the Thunder. We'll be joined by Andrew Schlecht from The Athletic. He covers the Thunder. We'll talk about the Wolves. We'll get into the Boston Celtics, whose season is over. Nick Sirianni, he's not done in Philadelphia. We knew that. He got himself a nice contract extension. He's not going anywhere. Paul Skeens, one of the most electrifying pitchers, one of the most electrifying players in all of baseball right now. There's a rumor that he might be traded. Like, what are we talking about? What are the Pirates? They wake up and become the Dallas Mavericks overnight? So there's a lot for us to get into. If you want to be a part of the show, you always can. You can call us up. Here is the number. 888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4ISN. You can find me online everywhere at JR Sport Brief. Nico, how you doing, man? You good?
I'm good, yeah. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. You a Knicks fan?
Yes, sir. Very proud one.
Okay. So many people associate, obviously, this station is based in New York. How you feeling about the Knicks? Are you optimistic the Knicks are going to make the finals? How you feeling about this?
Yeah, I don't know if I can guarantee that they win it because the two teams in the West are very good, but I really do think that the Knicks are better than the Indiana Pacers.
Okay. And why is that? Give me some meat here, Nico.
Well, I just think that they lost to them in 7 last year, and that was without Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
And a very injured Knicks team. I mean, OG Anunoby was hurt, Josh Hart was hurt, Jalen Brunson was hurt. Give me this Knicks team healthy against the Pacers, and let's see what happens.
Now, I hear you. You weren't amongst those fans out there that was like throwing trash at that guy, and you weren't out there, right?
I was not. I was back home on Long Island.
Okay. Smart man. Why do you think Knicks fans are such a pain in the ass?
I think they're just excited. I mean, we haven't seen this type of success in New York in so long.
Oh, boy. But why specifically New York? Why don't we see other fan bases? Okay, in Philadelphia, they climb poles and act nutty. And I think a lot of that, and I might be wrong, has to do with I don't want to say Philadelphia, a college town, but there's so many colleges downtown in a close proximity that I think people just, they wild out. There's no colleges, massive colleges of note, dead smack in the middle of Manhattan, where it's just like, we're going to have a bunch of people outside partying. Why specifically New York? Thunder fans, I get it. They're not acting nutty. They had success in the past with Durant. They've been to a finals, Westbrook and Harden. Minnesota, I heard people in Minnesota, St. Paul, Twin Cities are very nice. They're not acting. Why New Yorkers specifically?
I think it's just a testament of how much this city cares about their sports teams.
Okay. So people in Oklahoma City, they don't care about their team?
They do, but I don't know if that's much.
I mean, what else they got going on besides basketball and football and oil?
I mean, I guess that's a fair point, but I don't know. It just seems like the passion that New Yorkers have is so much bigger here than it is in other places. And I'm not from Oklahoma City. I've never been there. I don't know what those fans are like. But New York is just a different breed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's more access to alcohol or drugs. Maybe there's more to do. I don't know, backdrops for social media. I have no idea. But the New York Knicks have obviously advanced. They beat the living hell out of the Celtics on Friday. They're moving on. It's been a party in New York the entire weekend. And so we're just getting started. Thank you again to Zach for holding things down at the open of the show. We're going to get into those Knicks. We're going to talk about the Pacers. But before we do anything, we have to talk about the teams that are done. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic sat in front of a microphone, and he pretty much said, yeah, obviously we not good enough to win. We need a new team. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. It was a strong statement for a guy who typically doesn't say a lot. So we'll hear from Jokic. I mean, on the Boston Celtics side, we know their season is over. Tatum's season is over. And then we had Brown running around with a torn meniscus, partially torn meniscus in his knee. Zach asked me, we're going to get into Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, just the story that doesn't end. They're going to be locked together, intertwined, for as long as they are in the WNBA. We got a lot to get into. It's the JR Sport Brief Show. Happy Monday, coast to coast on the Infinity Sports Network.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/score. That's ethos.com/score.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Fans, Baby Ruth, the official candy bar of the Cincinnati Reds, is the go-to fan favorite treat. Before, during, or even after the game. Taste the deliciousness of high-quality dry-roasted peanuts, rich caramel, and smooth nougat. There's nothing better than enjoying your favorite game with a classic candy bar. So get your hands on your own Baby Ruth bar today at your local Kroger.
As a business owner, it's important to keep your business connected. Spectrum Business is committed to keeping your business online, whenever and wherever you need us, all backed by the Spectrum Commitment. Get fast, reliable internet starting at $40 per month when bundled, or level up your internet speed and get a 3-year price guarantee. Learn how Spectrum Business can help your business stay connected at spectrum.com/business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
With just 5 days till Memorial Day weekend, now's the time to make sure you're stocked on charcoal, dogs, burgers. Grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick for an epic Memorial Day celebration. Because the unofficial start of summer deserves the unofficial official summer refreshment.
With lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the Dew.
Caring for aging loved ones is a testament of devotion and dedication. A time when every new day is more precious than the one before. Pre-planning a celebration of life and paying in advance affords both of you more time to focus on each other, while the details are handled with professionalism and compassion by a partner as dedicated to you as you are to them. We're Dignity Memorial. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic.
Traffic flowing quite nicely throughout the metro this afternoon. No reports of new accidents or major tie-ups. Traffic update from 98.7 and 1330 KNSS. In the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, I'm Dan O'Neill.
Weather.
A couple of rounds of thunderstorms will be possible. One this evening near and to the east of I-135. It will be capable of producing strong to severe thunderstorms. We do have a tornado watch in effect until 9 p.m. Monday evening. This includes the Wichita area and Sedgwick County. All thunderstorms are going to be watched rather closely for large hail damaging winds and a few tornadoes. We will also have another batch of showers and thunderstorms working in from western Kansas behind this storm system. These thunderstorms are expected to weaken as the night progresses. The low tonight, 53, with winds becoming northwesterly at 10 to 20. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny on Tuesday. It'll be windy. Winds will be from the northwest, a drier wind at 15 to 30 miles per hour, and it will also be a cooler day with a high of 76. With your KSN Storm Track 3 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Lisa Teachman.
Write it down. KFH.
888-710-4ISN. That's 888-710-4ISN. Right before we went to break, we took a look at what the hell is going on with New York and their crazy behind fans. They do not know how to act. But yesterday, down in Oklahoma City, there was a big party. It was a big party inside. I didn't see anybody throwing garbage at anyone. I didn't see anybody, yelling at reporters and cursing people out because of their predictions. I just saw the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Denver Nuggets 125-93. I mean, outside of that first quarter where the Nuggets had a lead and then squandered the lead, the Thunder ran away with the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 35 points. And Jalen Williams, he decided to wake up again. He had 24 points. Alex Caruso was actually out there playing defense on Jokic. He chipped in 11. Chet Holmgren had 13. And next up for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They get going tomorrow in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. And OKC, of course, since they are the number 1 overall seed. Now, what does this mean for the Denver Nuggets? Well, it means that Jokic can go back to Serbia and he can hang out with his horses. He can ride a boat. I don't know. He can get on a tractor. I have no idea what he's going to do. But I know that this Denver Nuggets team is not good enough to win anything. Despite the injuries to Aaron Gordon, he's was dealing with a hamstring issue, still gutted it out and played. Had 11 points yesterday. 11 rebounds to go along with 8 points, I should say. You also had Michael Porter Jr., for the majority of the series, is dropping 2 and 3 points because he can't move his arm. He had a shoulder issue. I mean, we had Jamal Murray running around. He was sick the other day, had a big game. Yesterday, he only had 13. And Jokic, in the final game of the season, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. This team is a long way off from having guys like Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You even think about old man Jeff Green. Guys who played defense, guys who knew how to shoot the ball and just got the job done. Jokic doesn't have that luxury. He has an old Westbrook who can cut to the basket. He has a bunch of young players, Strother and Brown. But these dudes are unproven. They're not big-time shot makers. And the Nuggets, despite winning another 50 games, they're going home. And Jokic, kind of crazy. I've never heard him speak like this before. And he was asked about the team and whether or not they're good enough to come back and win next year. And he's like, did you just see us lose? Obviously, we're not good enough. Listen to this.
I mean, we didn't, so obviously we can't. If we could, we will win it. So I don't believe in those if stuff. So we had the opportunity, we didn't win it. So I think we can't.
Oh damn, we had an opportunity, we didn't do it. I don't think we can. Damn. Tell me how you really feel if you're in that locker room with Nikola Jokic. You think about the Denver Nuggets. This is a team that just got rid of their head coach before the season started, and Michael Malone. They just